Okay, today we are playing a game on Hollywood. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Mercy the entire way through. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, Hammond, McCree, Hanzo, Mercy, and Zenyatta. I forgot to write it down, but I remembered it. Good job, me. So Hammond instead of Zarya. Very upsetting, and other than that, I have nothing to say about it. So let's start the game. It's quite a short game today, as you may have noticed. So our team are up doing some poking. It's quite hard for Reinhardt to get punished for that, but Zenyatta just kind of floating around in the street is a lot easier to get punished. We've been healing people at full health. Yeah, we're healing people at full health right now, which we don't want to do. It's already hard enough to carry his Mercy, as is. So a bunch of people were standing in front of Reinhardt's shield, and Hanzo has now died as a result of that. He died in a convenient location to res, but he is immediately going to die again. Thanks, Hanzo. Great job. You're really being a credit to the team right now, Hanzo. So, we're currently... I can't hear the game sound, but I can hear us speaking. I just heard, maybe get out when you need to. Yes. So, that's a solid suggestion. Yes, Hanzo didn't quite figure that one out. So we are standing in, like, the middle of the point right now, when we could be tucked further back out of the way. More, because also, like, Hanzo's shield? Reinhardt's shield is currently breaking, and you can't trust a Reinhardt anyway, I'd know. Rather be standing a little bit more, you know, out of the way, closer to the cover, because we're currently just, like, out in the open right now. And we don't want to be any easier to kill than we absolutely have to be, as Mercy. We did almost die right there, but not quite. Zenyatta is now being dove by Winston. I'm not a fan of GAing over to the Zenyatta, because we could reach him from right there. We actually tethered to him before we GA'd over. And we're perfectly safe over here. Nobody's trying to kill us. He's diving on Zenyatta, so we can just heal him from over here. Which Winston can actually outdamage now, but anyway, you know. Instead, we dashed into the Winston, and now we have died. If we just stayed over on the opposite side of the point, we would have been perfectly safe. Could we have GA'd back? No, because we ended up, Zenyatta came too close to us to actually, it was too close to us to GA away again at that point. We didn't need to go that close, is the moral of the story, though. We could have healed him from the other side of the point. A Mercy's beam is 15 meters, and 15 meters is a lot longer than it actually sounds like. That's almost Roadhog's hook range, because Roadhog's hook is 21 meters. Anyway, so miraculously enough, we actually don't lose the objective. We decide we're going to shoot D.Va in the back right there, which I respect as a decision, but we do have a lot of people over here currently dying also at the same time. So it's a very scary way to go. I would not walk out this doorway just because of the extreme risk of death. And I mean, I know we want to get to these people quicker, but going out that doorway would make it so easy to die. We could just continue going out this doorway on the side here. Baby D.Va is next to us, sure enough, but Junkrat's over here, which is scarier than Baby D.Va. So we could have just gone out the other doorway and came over here at less risk, but it ended up not mattering, as we can see. So we've managed to res Reinhardt, and now we're just going to come over here and kill Baby D.Va since nobody else is. That's fair enough. Wow, we have endorsement level 4. It's very rare to see somebody at level 4. Good job. Good job being such a stalwart member of the community, which is not hard compared to the majority of the Overwatch community, but you know. I'm still only endorsement level 2, but I also don't really interact with my team as much as possible, you know, because I kind of hate people like that. I hate the Overwatch community anyway, in particular. Most video game communities are trash, but man, is Overwatch bad. It got better recently, to its credit, but, you know, still not good. So we could have tucked in the doorway a little bit more to res Zenyatta instead of standing out in the open, because they do have a Hanzo. He's the one that killed Zenyatta, so standing out in the open is still scary. And we could have tucked in the doorway. There was a Reinhardt there, but again, you can't trust Reinhardt, as we established earlier. So we do have Valkyrie. They've only got 1 or 2 team fights left in them, depending on how quickly they start this one. So having Valkyrie is pretty sick for that. Zenyatta's badly out of position, but nobody's actually pressuring us right now, so we can just go over here and save him. We're currently healing people at full health again. Don't do that. Just as soon as the person you're healing has, oh, don't do it, don't do it. No, don't even think about it. Oh, we wanted it, no. He did not die in an at all convenient location. Just as soon as you've finished healing somebody up to full health, just start damage boosting them. Even if you're on your way over to heal somebody else, just damage boost somebody on the way over. We're trying to be as efficient as possible here. Mercy only interacts with the game, really, by healing and boosting other people. So we really need to be as efficient as possible to actually, like, carry a game as Mercy. Mercy already struggles enough to carry a game as it is. At least ever since she got nerfed. So things are just going really badly at that point. Your best chance is basically just to res somebody and hope it's good enough, because the fight didn't quite look untenable yet, but it certainly wasn't going particularly well. But miraculously enough, we actually still hold on to the objective. Again. Isn't that incredible? I mean, the game is pretty short, so you might have figured it got resolved on the first checkpoint, but isn't that incredible? It was basically, like, Mercy got a lot, Mercy, fucking. I don't know what's wrong with me. Every time I want to say a name, it's just the complete opposite hero comes to mind. I want to say Zenyatta, I'm like, Winston. Yeah, those two heroes have a lot of overlap. Winston very much likes to overlap with Zenyatta, anyway, you know? D.Va killed a lot of people, but that was kind of it. They didn't actually keep the momentum going forward at all, so there's that. Their tank combo is Roadhog D.Va, which is extraordinarily terrible. Was Soldier not on it? Oh no, he just missed it. Damn, by like 0.2 seconds. Yeah, bully him! Yeah, nice. Alright, so we've only got to capture, like, what was it, like 40%? 48% we gotta capture. 47.9, but we'll round up. So, they do appear to be very bad, based off of their attempts to push in right there. I mean, D.Va got a triple kill with self-destruct, and yet they were unable to carry that momentum through into capturing the checkpoint, so they can only be so good, can't they? So, we've got the same team comp. Hammond's a lot better at attacking than defending, to his credit, but he's just not very good as a hero, though, is the problem. Maybe we just aren't big-brained enough to play Hammond yet, but I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it yet still. I still have yet, in the wild, to encounter a Hammond where I went, that dude's carrying, or just that dude's doing well, really. Every time a Hammond's in the game, I'm just kind of like, he's spinning on the objective again. Shield bash. He's not doing that anymore. Now he's dead. Or I'm playing McCree. Flashbang. He's not doing that anymore. He's coming into pile drive. No, he's not. McCree really fucks up Hammond, which is nice for McCree to actually fuck up a hero, because he hasn't done that in quite a while, really, yeah. It still can fuck up Pharah, if Pharah's bad, but it's nice to have a hero in the game where McCree does just kind of fuck him up, just because Hammond really hates hard crowd control. But no one fucks him up quite as badly as Mei, I'd say, because she's got crowd control. You just put the wall in the way. Suddenly he's not doing very much anymore. Then you just keep freezing him. And just keep bullying him. And he just curls into the ball, but then you just keep bullying him anyway. And then the whole team comes over because they see Hammond, and they're like, I want to bully that hero. But then they see somebody getting frozen by Mei, and they're like, I want to bully that hero. So Hammond's just, he's doubling for it at that point. Poor Hammond. He's a cool hero. I like Hammond's design a lot, both in terms of mechanics and actual, like, his design as a character. Unfortunately, he gets really fucked by a lot of heroes. You don't even really have... This is, I think, the main issue with Hammond. You don't even really have to try to counterpick Hammond, because you'll probably just do so by accident. Like, he gets countered by a lot of people in this game. There's not many heroes he has, like, a particularly positive matchup against, you know? Unless we just haven't figured it out still, but... Like, he just... Anything he can do, another hero can do better. You know? Which is unfortunate, and it's always an unfortunate state for a hero to end up in. Like, when Doomfist was bad. It was just like, well, he's a flanker, but why would you not just pick literally any other flanker over Doomfist? Now Doomfist has managed to carve out his own little niche compared to the other flankers, because they fixed the 50,000 bugs he had. But Hammond is just like a really weird dive tank. And you have to do something pretty incredible to just be better than Winston when it comes to diving on people. Because Winston's been, like, consistently good for a really long time. Even when people have said Winston is bad, Winston has actually still been fine. It's just... you get punished really hard for being bad at Winston. Hammond just gets punished very hard for being Hammond, which is the unfortunate thing for him as a hero. Anyway, I complain about Hammond like every single time we have a video, so perhaps I'll lay off Hammond for a little while now, but suffice to say, I'm still not sold. He's doing okay in the competitive scene right now, but there's usually very little overlap between the competitive scene and the actual game itself. If you need proof of this, look no further than Team Fortress 2, where you basically were playing an entirely different video game compared to the competitive scene, which is probably why that one never really took off particularly well. I always liked League of Legends. We're just waiting for our team right now. I always liked League of Legends where, like, one hero, Azir, was picked... there was a point in time when Azir was picked and banned in almost every competitive game for the time. But then, in the actual, like, game, right? Azir had a win ratio of, like, 42%. Like, it was absolutely abysmally low. Because most heroes were, like, 47% at the worst. And then there was just, like, Azir and, like, troll pick heroes down at, like, 42% win ratio. But he was picked fucking constantly in the competitive scene. Because he was really good if you were a god, which most people aren't. Anyway, playing Mercy. I get easily sidetracked when we're talking about Mercy, because there's only so many things you can really say about Mercy, you know? So, I'm not sure what we pulled our pistol out for. What were we waiting for? I can't actually hear the game audio, which makes it a little bit hard to keep up with what's going on sometimes. I'm not sure why we pulled our pistol out for that one, but whatever. It didn't matter. So this is a very risky res to go for. Seeing as we're pretty out in the open. We actually got, like, half blasted on our way over. Fortunately, Junkrat didn't notice what we were doing, so we got away with it. That was a fairly risky position to go for a res on. I probably would have done it, but I probably would have used Valkyrie first. Because Junkrat's actually the only person missing, because he's dead right now. So, and it's not unimaginable to win the fight from this position. Like, we basically, if we res him right there, we're just kind of resetting at that point. So I would have probably used Valkyrie first to try and then also carry some momentum through on the push. McCree immediately died right afterwards, which sort of would have killed my jive significantly, but it looked feasible that we could turn that around into something. But Hammond's getting stuck between the palm trees. We've decided to use Valkyrie now. I'm not sure why right now. I can't hear the game, so it might have been in response to hearing another ultimate. Maybe we thought we were gonna die. Because shit's flying at us right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why we used Valkyrie right there. Maybe we just wanted to try and make a fight start. Try and start a fight, which is all fair enough, honestly. Quite a few support ultimates you can just kind of start using to try and make something happen. Start damage boosting, because he's using Transcendence. But we've won the game, because they just all suddenly died also at that moment in time. Like, look, just like, they're right there, just all three, just like 3 people suddenly died right there while we were killing Junkrat as well. So, hooray, we just sort of suddenly won the game right there. What a time to be alive. Do we see the play of the game? Yeah, we see the play of the game. Who would have got it? D.Va. It has to be D.Va, right? Zenyatta. D.Va got like a triple kill. Disappointing. That's always very upsetting when, like, half of the damage taken was, like, less than 10k. But, I mean, this game was also 6 minutes and 16 seconds long. So, at the same time, Junkrat also did most of that, it turns out. But, I mean, I guess that's not too shocking for Junkrat. So, that was a really easy game, it turns out. Hooray. Great times. So, with it being such a short game, less stands out in my memory. We went for some risky reses, or we could have positioned better during the reses. Might have been a better way to put that, as well as some risky reses. I suppose the other thing that stands out the most is like when we were standing in the middle of the point, when they were sort of poking at us, when we could have just been standing more out of the way, and then we jumped over the point to get to Zenyatta while he was being dove on. We could have just saved him from the other side of the point. So I guess I'll broadly just say positioning, seeing as I also said where we were standing when we were resing as well. So I guess just positioning in general, which is kind of the only skill Mercy really has. So, or, well, that's very needlessly reductive of me to say it that way. It's her main point of skill, because most of Mercy is staying alive, which ties into positioning, seeing as the easiest way to die is being in a bad position. So I guess I'll just say positioning, broadly speaking. And we went for some risky reses. And we wanted to go for the Hammond who was out in the street, which was never tenable. If somebody dies out in like that kind of position, you basically have to have just wiped the enemy team for it to really be feasible to go and res them. And even then, you might say, well, they're resetting anyway. We could just wait for him to get back, and then I can save res rather than using the 30-second cooldown. Anyway, so... there wasn't a question in the email. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. And I hope you found the video helpful.